But here, it was Shaiko inside a cigar shop, gets that swing across from Rips, now into a 3 versus 3.
Absolute beauty of a kill there to shut the man down and level things up. 3 versus 3, and the attack for BDS just feeling like it stalled out a little bit. 45 seconds ago, Lems was on that window on the Zafir, got himself a kill, and it felt like BDS was starting to build some aggression, but they've just been tempered for the time being now. Playday is established inside of cigar shop. We've got Lems inside piano, but they need to think about getting moving here. They've still got one of Rogue out in washroom. He needs to be cleared out because that could be a very dangerous flank. Now, the interesting position here, Des, is Rafal on the Nomad. He's out on that new cocktail balcony window and could potentially cause a real headache for Rips on the Echo playing out there. So he's one to watch out for. Aces, however, is able to shut him down, and that's exactly what Rogue needed. 17 seconds left to go. Lems tries to get aggressive, but it's Playday that finds the kill. Lems does manage to get one onto Rips, leaving us now 1 versus 1. Aces is the last man alive. 5 seconds. He's just going to try and burn time here. It's all he can do. Lems has to try and get the diffuser down as the clock ticks away. He will be successful. It comes down to a 1 versus 1 fight. Ace doesn't know where he is, but Lems, he finds the last man in barback storage, and that is going to be the opening round going to BDS, and it was a little bit tense at the end. Maybe doesn't work as easily. They've got the sledge in there to start opening things up now. They'll probably nade out the electrical and then they'll get the hatch open, but they gave it a go at least.
I mean, they've got enough nades to have a good go at us, but they failed once, I think, in this case. Yeah, so the first one failed off, the second one's failed as well, guys. This is not looking good. I mentioned the 130 mark, and they were doing just that, but it's now starting to cost them as they haven't got the critical hatch open that they need to have opened up here. A muted wall and an electrified wall, by the way. Double stacking just in case they did get rid of the mute jammer. Well, guess what they did? Shaiko's trying to push his way down white and challenge inside of Christmas, but can't quite find his man. Lems gets the second, mind you, with Aces being the one that's now currently holding tight. Just waiting for this push to come through. The ADS and the mute jammer both present to help him in that endeavor, but look at those flashes coming singing in. No! 2 come round, finds one. It's a team kill actually instead. Shotgun in hand, goes for the second, but Shaiko wins those. Lems finds a second in the round. It's a 4 versus 1, and Corey, I'm sure he's sitting here thinking with 5 seconds to go, I could do this, I can hold on. No C4 would have been magic, but they're all piling in. It's 4 of them coming in through the double door. Imagine how much damage a C4 could have done there, Ace.
Pressure will start to be applied. We do still have Renshiro on the sledge if they can get him established up on the east balcony. Shaiko just looking to try and make an impression in that direction. We see the ex-Kairos pellets being cleared from underneath there, and Rips, without the pressure from Shaiko, manages to find the kill, and Aces gets one onto Lems, and this is turning out to be a great defense from Rogue. BDS have been completely unable to clear out Cocktail. Playday finds Rips, 4 versus 3. Renshiro very close to doubling down and getting Aces as well there, but it's Corey who manages to find the vertical kill with the Nitro, and that's the sort of freedom that Rogue have at this point in time. 30 seconds left, and they've dropped themselves back to site, and they can just play vertical angles now. With only 2 men on the side of BDS, it's not going to be too damaging for them to just give up that top floor control. 10 seconds left to go. Challenge onto the white stairs. Leon finds Rafal. There's nothing left for it. Renshiro, he has to go directly in towards site. Moves in to the corridor. Shut down, can't find the first or the last as Cryan manages to get that kill.
Exact moment Rafal drops and goes for the peak and finds a second kill. Unfortunate, but it still leaves us in this 5 versus 3 for the side of BDS.
35 seconds left to go. Rogue just need to hold on now. And that's exactly what they're going to try to do. Cryan gets them started with a fantastic kill on to Lems. They don't want to get too aggressive here. That's exactly what they've done. It was on a jump out. He gets caught on his way back in. Rafal shuts down Cryan. Rips manages to find another. It's 1 versus 3 though. He's got Yokai drones. He's shut down by Shaiko on the Iana as he moves in from the white stairs. And it's another good top floor attack for BDS.
He had the best field day there, and we saw him back on. Chaos for a short while, shone there as he had previously. And then coming on to Rogue, he's settled in, not, I won't say as a mediocre player, but not as one that you can always rely on for big results, right? He's not like a citizen is the way that we think about a lot of players like that. Not always playing the same role, at least here he is. But again, you look down this Rogue side and think who's going to stack up against the players like Shaiko or others who are having a great game. It can be a struggle. That said, Corey getting one back onto Renshiro for BDS to then neutralize things out. We're in a 2 versus 3, and this time round, Rogue's defense on the top floor has crumbled. Down goes one. It's Corey here being rescued, resuscitated by Crying. The 3 versus 2 for BDS with 25 seconds to play, Ace.
Coming in from white corridor.
Oh, there he is.
Shaiko, rinse and repeat, Des. Literally coming into the round, I said Shaiko moved down white corridor, past Lumber, into the rear of sight, and got the kills on Cocktail Balcony. And he's just done exactly the same thing. Ready to try for that vertical kill, but he just doesn't have the information to hand in order to be successful in doing that. But the one thing on Rogue's side here could still be time. BDS still not in complete control, not confidently so, of that top floor, and still 3 defenders on the mid floor to deal with.
It's very reminiscent for me of the Empire Vitality game at the start of the day, where Vitality were the ones playing out around the map, looking to be disruptive, trying to trip the other side up, but Empire were having none of it. Oftentimes just saying, right, beeline straight to site, we'll get the kills, we'll get the plant down, we'll worry about it in the post-plant situation. Although this is kind of Rogue playing around the site down on the second floor, it's still them trying to catch them out with C4s or strange angles, for example, that BDS just aren't falling for right now. They're in this 4 versus 3. What worries me is the time. 15 seconds, they've got to make a move now.
This is it, Leon. He's looking for a flank here. He's got himself on white stairs. I think he's just cautious that there could be an air jab deployed. Doesn't find one. Diffuser is going down. There's been a complete switcheroo here, Des. We've got BDS on site planting. We've got Rogue defending from above. They've been able to do it. It's all down to Playday. 1 versus 2. Shut down! Corey finds him through the soft wall rotation, and that is going to be Rogue able to disable the diffuser. And they bring that one back from the brink of defeat. On the operator cards, as you can see them there, sometimes that will switch out and it'll show us if anybody's using an observation tool such as a drone. And we just had 4 of Rogue players all in the drones with about 45-50 seconds left to go, so still trying to gather those last drops of information now. Corey does go down and that levels things out 4-4. 25 seconds left to go, and Renshiro's holding things down tight here from the Cocktail Balcony. Lems is looking and finds a kill onto Leon. It's all falling apart for Rogue. It looks like BDS are going to show them how to defend the top floor. 4 versus 1. Crying's got a world of pain ahead of him, and Lems puts him out of his misery quickly as he rotates back to site from the white stairs and closes the round out for BDS. Team BDS, they're just digging in now. You can see they're ready to just hold their angles and wait for the fight to be brought to them. There's a minute left to go, and that's exactly what happens, and they weren't ready at all as Leon and Aces finds 2. Playday, he manages to get a trade onto Aces. He gets a 3rd onto Crying. There's still a possibility for him here. 50 seconds left to go. Lems, he's going to just clear out any hopes that Playday might have had of an ace, but the round is closed out by Playday on a 4K. Comes in with the shotgun and shuts the last man down. BDS, they're cruising towards a victory here. 6-2. Up white stairs could be a power position to clear out Cocktail, but does not manage to hit his shots. Knows that he's going to be challenged from the lower level now, and he's got himself in a bit of a pinch here, and we can see the pressure is coming across from the top floor as well. Corey is there, takes damage. They're trying to help Leon out, but they just can't clear Shaiko out of barback storage here, and Shiro ultimately finds Leon, who'd put himself in a difficult position. It's 5 versus 4, 5 versus 3 as Lems on the Nitro finds Crying. It just feels like BDS can't miss tonight, Des.
They absolutely can't. Shaiko's the one playing inside a storage zone, looking to find a couple of heads of his own as the assault on white stairs has completely collapsed. They've now moved men back down there, but it's Renshiro. We've seen what he can do throughout most of last year, the kind of shots that he can hit, the games and performances that he can put on. But here, arguably, with all that Rogue have got left, the 3 men, they're going to have to start thinking about the site. We are into the final 60 seconds or so. Ace is finding one onto Rafal, but there's Playday, there's Shaiko, there's 1 left alive. It's Corey versus 3 to give Rogue any kind of chance of staying in this game. But with only 10 HP left, Ace, I don't think it's happening.
Absolutely not. It's Renshiro from his power position that he maintained throughout the game on Cocktail there, just able to close it down. Absolutely no problem. White Stairs was just turned into a box of death for Rogue there, Des. There was 1 kill after another coming in there. First it was Leon that got himself in trouble, and then it was Corey who lost his life to close out the game. BDS, great performance from them.